Okay, so first of all, you have to search up this website in your preferred web browser. Press enter, and this page will pop up in front of you. You have to select the city from where you're applying for the visa. In my case, I'll select Vancouver, Canada. You have to write down this code as shown, and click on start an application. So you have to read the terms. This is your application ID, so make sure note it down somewhere. So read the terms, click on I agree if you do agree, and you have to select a security question. So you can select any of these, so make sure that you write down the answer somewhere so you don't forget it. In my case, I'll select this one. I'll just put in Burnaby. Click on continue, and so your application has started. So this is basically about your personal information, about your name, date of birth, and everything. So I'll start with the surname here. Let's enter Singh, enter the given name, and then full name in your native alphabet. In my case, it doesn't apply. So the next one is about your other names. So in my case, it's no. I haven't used any other name in my whole life. And the next one is, do you have any telecode that represents your name? No. If you have any, you can press yes and fill out the required information, and then select whether you are a male or a female. Select your marital status, and then your date of birth. I'm just putting some random numbers. And then the city you were born in, the province, and the country. Let's go to page 2. Here's the page 2. It's also regarding the personal information. So select the country of origin, your nationality. In this case, it's India. And then you can select the do you have any other nationality? In this case, no. And then, are you a permanent resident of any other country other than the one you stated above? No. And then, do you have the national identification number? If you have any national identification number from the country of your origin or nationality, you can enter it. Otherwise, if you don't have it, just click doesn't apply. Do you have US social security number? If you have, you can fill it in. Click on next. So this page is about your travel information. You have to provide the purpose of your visit to the US. In case of visitor visa, you have to select this category, the B class visa. And further specify the type of visa. Is it B1 visa, B2 visa, or both? So I'll go with B1, B2 visa. Have you made any specific travel plans? If you have any specific travel plan, for example, you're going for a wedding, you have the exact dates, you can click on yes. If you don't have any plan, you can simply click on no. Put your date of arrival. So this is an estimate. 7th of November 2024. After that, you have to put in your intentional length of stay in the US. In this case, I will choose 5 days. Then you have to enter the address where you are going. So in my case, I don't have any specific plan, so it's obvious that I'll put the address of a hotel because I don't have any relative in US or any friend in US, so I can just put in any random hotel's address. I'm just putting in some random numbers. So who's paying for your trip? Myself. Click on next. Alright, so this page is about your travel companions, so the person you are traveling with. Are there any other persons traveling with you? You can click on yes or no. If you click on yes, you have to provide further information. So if no one else is traveling with you, just click on no. If you click on yes, it will ask, are you traveling as a part of a group or organization? In my case, I'll select no, and then you have to enter the person's information who is traveling with you. So I'll just enter some random information, the surname, the given name, and you have to specify the relationship of that person with you. Then click on next. So this is about your previous US travel information. So if you are applying for the very first time, you don't have any previous travel information in US. In this case, this person is applying for the first time. So have you ever been in the US? I click on no. Have you ever been issued a US visa? No, because this person is applying for the first time. Have you ever been refused a US visa or been refused admission to the US or withdrawn your application for admission at the port of entry? I'll click on no. I'm just letting you know that you have to answer these questions based on your history. Just don't click on no for every answer. If you have any history, you have to mention it. Before going to the next page, I just wanted to let you know about the save button. So you can save your application at any point. This page will pop up when you press save button. So you have next 30 days to come back and fill up your application. So it's not mandatory to fill out the whole application at once. It's flexible. So yeah, just letting you know that make sure you have this application ID written down somewhere, because you can't come back to your application without this application ID. I'll just continue my application from here. Okay, so this page is about your address and phone information. You can put down your home address. The city, the province, your postal code. I'm just looking for some random numbers because this information is not true. The country, obviously Canada, because you're applying from Canada. Is your mailing address the same? Yes. If you have any different mailing address, you can click no and fill down the mailing address. Okay, fill out your phone number. I don't have any secondary phone number or any work phone number. And then, have you used any other phone number in the past 5 years? No. Fill out your email address. address at example.com. Have you used any other email address in the last 5 years? No. So next, you have to fill out your social media account usernames. For example, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'll select none because I don't want to give any social media related information here. I'll go next. This page is about your passport information. Select the document type, select whatever applies in your case. Regular passport, I'll enter the passport number. If your passport has the book number, you can enter it. Then the country that issued the passport. And next, where was the passport issued? Jalandhar, and then the state, and then the country again. So here's the issuance date of the passport. Some passports don't have expiry dates. If that's the case, you can just click on no expiration, the next one. Okay, so this is the expiry date of the passport. And next, have you ever lost a passport or had a one stolen? No. So this page is about your US point of contact information. If you know anyone in the US, you can fill in their information. For example, if you have any relative, any friend, your spouse, your children, or anyone else in the US, you can fill out their information and specify their relationship to you. In my case, I'll just click on do not know, and I will just put in the name of the hotel I put previously where I will go. And then I will select other, and I'll just put in their address. 1234 Street, Seattle, Washington, and the zip code. The phone number of the hotel and their email address if you have it. If you don't have it, just click on doesn't apply. Okay, so I'll click on next. The next page is about your family information. Fill out your father's information, his surname, his given name, and the date of birth. Click on do not know if you don't know your father's date of birth. Is your father in the US? I'll select no. And then fill out your mother's information, her surname, the given name, and the date of birth. Is your mother in the US? I'll select no. Okay, so do you have any immediate relatives in the US, not including parents? So that means that do you have spouse, child, or sibling in the US? Or okay, so I don't have any. I select no. And then, do you have any other relative in the US? I'll select no. I don't have any. Save your application if you want to continue your application later on. Click on the next page. So this page is about your spouse information. Fill out your spouse full name or Manpreet and the date of birth, 7th of May 1999. Your spouse country of nationality, and your spouse place of birth. You can check it on their passport. The country of birth, and then your spouse address, same as the home address, same as your home address, I mean to say. Click on next. You have to fill out your work history, education history, and information regarding any training you have gone through. Select your primary occupation. Fill out your work-related details here. I'll just put in some fake information. Street address, the city. Postal code. Fill out the phone number of your workplace, the country, should be Canada, the day you started your work, the monthly income. I have put the gross income here, and describe your duties at your work. Click on next. The next page is about your previous work and education history. If you have done any work in the past, you can fill out the information here. You have to fill out the employer's name, the address, your job title, your supervisor's surname, given name, the duration of your employment, duties, and you can always add another if you have more than one work experience in the past. I'll select no here. And have you attended any educational institute at a secondary level or above? If you click on yes, you have to fill out the name of the institution, their address, city, province, postal code, country, course of study you have taken, and the duration of the study. And you can always add another if you have done more than one courses. So I will click on no for the educational history and click next. Next page is about your additional information. Do you belong to a clan or tribe? No. The list of languages you speak. going to put in Punjabi. If you know more than one language, add another. Have you traveled to any countries, regions within the last 5 years? No. All these security questions are based on your own history, so fill accordingly. Have you belonged to, contributed to, or worked for any professional, social, or charitable organization? I'll click no. Do you have any specialized skill or training such as firearms, explosives, nuclear, biological, or chemical experience? No. Have you ever served in the military? No. Have you ever served in, been a member of, or been involved in parliamentary unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, or insurgent organization? No. Click on next. Here are some more security questions. You have to read them and answer according to your own situations. This is about any disease you'll have. Click no. Do you have any mental or physical disorder? No. Are you or have you ever been drug abuser or addict? No. Click on next. Here are some more security and background questions. Read the questions thoroughly and answer them. It's about your criminal activity. Have you ever violated or engaged in conspiracy to violate any law relating to controlled substances? No. Are you coming to US to engage in prostitution or unlawful commercialized vice, or have you been engaged in prostitution or procuring prostitutes within the past 10 years? No. Have you ever been involved in or do you seek to engage in money laundering? No. Have you ever committed or conspired to commit a human trafficking offense in US or outside the US? No. Have you ever knowingly aided, abetted, assisted, or colluded with an individual who has committed or conspired to commit a severe human trafficking offense in the US or outside the US? I'll click no. Are you the spouse, son, or daughter of an individual who has committed or conspired to commit a human trafficking offense in the US or outside the US? And have you, within the last 5 years, knowingly benefited from the trafficking activities? No. Next. More questions. Do you seek to engage in espionage, sabotage, export control violations, or any other illegal activity while in the US? No. Do you seek to engage in terrorist activities while in the US, or have you ever engaged in terrorist activities? No. Have you ever or do you intend to provide financial assistance or other support to terrorists or terrorist organizations? No. Are you a member or representative of a terrorist organization? No. Are you the spouse, son, or daughter of an individual who has engaged in terrorist activity? No. Have you ever ordered, incited, committed, arrested, or otherwise participated in genocide? No. Have you ever committed, ordered, incited, assisted, or otherwise participated in torture? No. Have you committed, ordered, incited, assisted, or otherwise participated in killings, political killings, or other acts of violence? No. Have you ever engaged in the recruitment or the use of child soldiers? No. Have you, while serving as a government official, been responsible for or directly carried out at any time particularly severe violations of religious freedom? No. Have you ever been directly involved in the establishment or enforcement of population controls forcing a woman to undergo an abortion against her free choice? No. Have you ever been involved in coercive transplantation of human organs or body tissues? No. Click on next. 4. Have you ever sought to obtain or assist others to obtain a visa entry into the US or any other US state's immigration benefit by fraud or willful misrepresentation or other unlawful means? No. Have you ever been removed or deported from any country? I'll click no. Click on next. This is part 5. Have you ever withheld custody of a US citizen child outside the US from a person granted legal custody by a US court? No. Have you voted in the US in violation of any law or regulation? No. Have you ever renounced US citizenship for the purposes of avoiding taxation? No. Click on next. The last step is to upload your photo. You can click on this button, choose a file, choose your photo, then click on upload selected photo. So this is giving me error because my photo doesn't meet the image quality requirements, but obviously you're gonna upload your image that meets the requirement of 5 by 5 centimeter passport-like photo. As my photo didn't meet these specifications, it is asking me to bring photos on my interview. I'll save my application here and I will click next, please. And this is the final review of my application. It doesn't show any picture because I don't have any picture that meets these specifications. I'll double check all the information carefully. Keep clicking next. Make sure the information is correct before submitting the application. So this is a page where you will submit your application. Make sure you write down this application ID somewhere. Did anyone assist you in filling out this application? No, I filled it by myself. Enter your passport number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enter the code as shown in the picture. 3HRJ. Click on sign and submit the application. See, it gave me a message that your application has been successfully submitted. Click on next. So this is the final confirmation that your application has been submitted. You have to print this DS-160 form and take it with you on the day of your appointment. Click on print application. You can print out the entire application. You can email the confirmation to yourself, or you can simply print the confirmation. Don't forget to do this step. In the next video, I'll teach you how to book the visa interview appointment online at the US government website. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and drop comment if you have any question regarding this video. Thank you. Bye.